here, weekly wheeler. Today is 24th of November, 7:26 a.m. in the morning. Saturday morning, markets closed. May contract 2019. We're looking at yearly chart in front of us with the monthly candles. We're looking at the long-term trend. We've identified this by the 60 SA, the blue line, all pointing up. Sorry, the SMA is the red line, all pointing up at the present moment. But we've been having a pullback the last 3 months, and we've got a stalling here. Close Friday night 174. Let's pop down into the monthly chart for more detail. We identify here the last 3 months since July we've been falling back. Come back to test the short-term 10 SMA on here, which comes in at 170. Let's pop down and see what's happened this week. We can identify here this falling month we had in October, this reversal month from September, and then we tried to rally up, and this is the second week where we've found support just above 170. We're closing 75p up on the week. Let's pop down into the daily. We've been watching the 10 SMA to see across here. We've had this here. Let's pop down to see it more in detail on the daily chart. We can see here we had this gap up through the 10 SMA, came back to test it, and now we rallied, and we're back up here nudging against, on this chart, the 30 SMA, and my target would be for a run up to test the 60 at 178. So we're getting a bounce here at the moment. Look for this to continue next week on the May contract, and we look for a test of 178. Let's pop over and have a look at the new crop. We had a £3 a tonne rally after a big fall down here the previous week, and a close positive. So this is the second positive close we've had. On this chart, you'd be looking for a quick rally back up to test the 160 level. The 10 SMA on the weekly comes in at 160.65. Pop down into the daily chart on this one. We can see here we had this sort of capitulation move, this test where it came back down, hit a low 152. We're massively oversold. We're back above the 10 SMA. On this, we'd be looking for a target to go back up and test the 60, which comes in at 162.80. We'll pop down in more detail here. We can clearly see here that we've had a positive week here, £3 a tonne rise, nudged it up against the short-term 30 SMA. Look for that to be broken next week, and look for this continued rally back up to 161. And we've got a small gap here we can identify on this chart here back of the 22nd of October. Look for gap fill on that. Obviously, the reverse of that, if we have found selling again next week and we broke back down below the 10 SMA, then we'd be looking for some backfill, sort of sideways action. But at the moment, let's go with what we've got. The long-term trend is still up, and now we've got a turnaround and we've got a short-term bounce. So let's look next week and we'll put an update then. Thank you.